Hello, folks. This is Devin once again, and this is a bonus opinions time video. And this is going to be on two topics. The first topic is going to be on Brian Griffin's death, which was back in November 2013, and Sonic's reputation. I can't wait to get into Sonic's reputation because I have a lot of deep things to say about it. Now, first off, we're going to talk about the whole Brian Griffin's death scenario that happened back in November 2013. Now back in November 2013, it was an episode called Life of Brian, or I think it was called Life of Brian, and it showed Brian getting run over by a car and replaced by a short-lived character named Vinny. Now, now when I heard about this, I thought that he was never coming back because the way that they put this, because they said that they were going to kill off one of the Family Guy characters, which I thought was pointless. I mean, what I didn't get was why would Seth MacFarlane want to kill off a Family Guy character that is well known and well loved? I mean, are you serious? That was just dumb. I mean, that was just a dumb move, and it wasn't even that important and stuff. And people all over the internet and Family Guy fans just lost their shit when they found out that he died. I mean, they just lost it. Some people literally cried over him. I mean, I know he's animated, but still, that's like actually losing your dog. That's like actually having that. If you put yourself in that position of witnessing your own beloved dog getting ran over, that is the most saddest thing a child will ever have to witness, or a human being. But besides that, let me just get back on this. I mean, the whole thing about Brian dying was basically just pointless. It's Seth MacFarlane's way of trying to teach people about how to be, I mean, I think it was somewhere that he posted on Twitter saying that he brought him back as a way of saying that you never know what you have until it's lost, which was kind of a pointless wisdom statement. I mean, I know it's true, but it was just basically pointless to say. But I don't get what was the purpose of killing off Brian and replacing a short-lived character. And when Vinny was hitting the scene, people hated Vinny. They didn't even give him like a season or anything. They didn't even give him a chance. They just started bashing on Benny, saying that he sucks. He's not going to have the same formula Brian and Stewie had. Well, the whole thing about Vinny not having the same chemistry with Stewie thing is true because Brian and Stewie have a great chemistry in the show. But Vinny and Stewie, they really would have, it would just be a dry humored kind of bonding thing because Brian and Stewie's chemistry together works so well that it shouldn't have been touched in the first place. Especially when he tried to add in a new dog, which was just basically pointless since he was getting a lot of hate and people were just hating Vinny. I mean, people on Facebook were bashing him so bad. It was terrible. I mean, they were just bashing Vinny like left and right. Every fan hated him, and they didn't even give him a chance. It was some people who wanted him to be in the show and see if he could like replace Brian or have the same formula that Brian and Stu used to have before Brian died, but people didn't give him that chance. They just hated on him. I guess they hated him so much that I think like 3 episodes later he had to go. And the way I see it about that episode was just one thing that if Stewie could have like rebuilt his time machine, and the only solution that he would have done would have been in like the next episode instead of that episode where Peter and Quagmire were trying to be Simon and Garfunkel. I mean, that episode was okay, but I think that that Christmas episode, should have been the first one, and then it could have been that Peter and Garfunkel episode. But I mean, there are some flaws with this episode. I mean, first off, it's just barbaric about like. I mean, the way the episode starts off is just that Brian and Sue are just being chased by Indians. I mean, he just throws you right in the action without like showing them why they did this or that. and then they solve it, which to me I think had nothing to do with the plot, but it's some sort of an awkward build up to Brian's death, which I thought was just basically pointless to do. But still, but still, hadn't Stu destroyed his time machine, Brian could have been fixed in that one episode, and it could have just been like just like that. I mean, this isn't the first time a Family Guy character was killed off. I mean, in that episode where they were with James Woods' mansion, there were a lot of Family Guy characters that were killed off, like Diane, she was killed off. James Woods is killed off, I think. I think he might be returning in a new episode. I'm not sure. And just basically some other characters, especially that girl Quagmire had. She would have, I guess that could have been like a new character for the show, but they decided, well, screw it, let's just kill her. But killing off your own character is just dumb. And everybody was just so talking about, I mean, people, even the staff that makes the Family Guy episodes were like, he should be dead. He can't be on the show no more. You have to kill off some character. If you killed off some characters in earlier episode from another season, like 2-3 seasons back, why would you do it again? That's just pointless. I mean, you can't just kick a dead horse like that and just kill Brian. That was just the most cheesiest and unprofessional move that Seth MacFarlane could have done to one of his characters. Even he even treated. I mean, he even writes Meg as to be this misunderstood, wanting to be popular punching bag. So he does have a cruel side, but killing off Brian, which is the character that he voices, was just dumb. Why would you kill off a character that's well beloved by the Family Guy fans? That's not a smart move. That's not teaching somebody a lesson. And what was the point of that? You never know what you have until it's gone lesson. We all know about that lesson. Everything that we have will change us, but when it's gone, we'll be sad. And when it comes back, we're normal again. Like, and the moral of that was killing off a character is just like kicking a dead horse or kicking a dead body, like them kids in that Stephen King movie. Can't remember the name, but whatever. Okay, second topic: Sonic's reputation. Now, this is a touchy one I'm gonna get into. Now, over the past few years, after the horrid events of Sonic 06, a lot of the Sonic fans has been bashing on Sonic and just basically making him look like a fool. I mean, like he's like the biggest joke and the biggest humiliation in a video game character. I mean, sure, there's a lot of other well-known and forgotten video game characters that had decent games than Sonic did. Sonic's reputation is just it's it's broken. That's all I gotta say. It is broken beyond repair. You have former fans like hating on him. They're making him look like a joke. I mean, I know he's not real or anything, but they're making a video game character look like an actual joke. It's like that one kid in the class that you pick on, like throw paper at him, make fun of him, crack jokes on him and his mom. It's just like that. I mean, Sonic's reputation is as bad as a bullied kid. And I don't even know if Sonic Boom will be that game that can repair Sonic's broken reputation. I mean, even if the game, the show, or the movie comes out, they'll still hate it. Cause I mean, Sega tries to give them what they want. I mean, sometimes they can be just absolutely lazy and not even trying to revive Sonic. And the best thing that they should do is just don't make any more Sonic games. If Sonic's reputation is descending into abyss, just end the franchise. And I know, and then as soon as the franchise ends, the haters are gonna want him back. That's what I'm talking about. Just like that unpopular puffin thing, that meme that I did a video on when it got bad, it's probably some people on Reddit that miss it, and it was the same people who didn't want it on the site. And that's what that whole lesson is about. You never know what you have until it's gone. Okay, but when the Sonic franchise is gone, people are gonna mope and complain about that, and especially when it's the same people who bashes on his games. Like, I mean, the same people who bashes on his games. It's beyond me. It's really, really beyond me about how as soon as Sega decides to end the Sonic franchise, and when it's gone, they'll miss it, and especially when it's by the same people who bashed on the show. I mean, the games. And there's still people who saying that Sonic 06 sucks, Sonic 06 sucks, it has too many glitches. We know that happened that happened like 7, 8 years ago. Let it go. We all know Sonic 06 was a piece of crap. Do we need to be reminded? Do we need to be reminded about that? Even if it was released on the Wii U, people would still bash on it even before it would have came out, or if the Wii U would have came out, it's the same year Sonic 06 did. And the whole thing about Sonic 06 was Sonic's attempt at trying to reach out to the people of the new generation consoles, but Sega had to go on and screw up their own mascot, and people don't realize that Sonic 06 was rushed because people kept complaining about, when's it coming out? When's it coming out? Oh, but they rushed Sonic 06, but this time they're not rushing Sonic Boom because Sonic Boom comes out in November. I mean, what? I mean, I don't get it. You people rush Sonic 06, and now they don't rush on Sonic Boom. I'm not saying that you should, because if you do, it's just going to be another. It's just going to be a grandmother of bullcrap that Sonic 06 was, and I'm not saying that Sonic Boom will be. And Sonic's reputation, especially his fans, just take characters and creativity of him just spiral out of control. Take Alex Henry, for example, which is just a huge Sonic fag that Blockbuster Critic has talked about in the past. She is a prime example of what the Sonic fan base is going on. I mean, they try to stretch it out to new, disgusting heights from foot fetishes, tickle fetishes, fan-made characters about this. It's just dumb, and it needs to stop. But even if someone tries to, it'll never go away. It's just like the people, like the Jeff the Killer fangirls. They're the worst. And I mean, had they seen his picture? Come on. And it was just really a bully girl that was just photoshopped, and that's not the original one. But still, besides that, I mean, it's just terrible. It's beyond me about how they're treating a blue hedgehog who just started off as just one simple nostalgic video game until Sega wanted to reach him to new heights and have him have more games. It just got out of control. Had Sega stayed with the ideas of making him like a rabbit, maybe it wouldn't be all screwed up. Cause he was supposed to be in some band with the human girlfriend, but that idea was scrapped. Don't know why. It could have been there. But I'm not talking about that. But Sonic's reputation is just abysmal. It just has to stop. I mean, Sega, please, just throw in the towel. I mean, he has the worst reputation any video game character would have. I might stretch this video out to like 20 minutes, because I have so much more to say. Okay, so I'm gonna save the best for last on that whole Sonic thing. I'm gonna be talking about now. I'm gonna jump back on the subject about Brian's death. Oh, just gotta get this pen. Okay, we're back. Okay, but alright, now let's pin the Sonic's reputation thing here, and let's dig up the whole thing about the death of Brian Griffin and put it here. Now, back on the Brian's death subject. Now, I really didn't. Now, I thought Vinny was okay, but I found him pointless. I thought that he would never, ever replace the love and dignity that Brian had for the family. And even though that Vinny wasn't an alcoholic, he didn't smoke pot, he wasn't a liberal like Brian was. He was kind of the nice Italian version of Brian. And Vinny is like, he seems like a fan made character. He doesn't even seem original. He just seems like a fan made character from DeviantArt. And I think that it could have been like all Seth MacFarlane did was just go on DeviantArt, was just cruising down there and just took someone's OC original character for short and killed off Brian and made him the new dog. It was even people. I mean, I can't blame the people who wanted Vinny to actually be in the show because no one gave Vinny the proper chance of trying to reintroduce himself or introduce himself to the new fans. I mean, they tried. I'm pretty sure that the staff of Family Guy and Seth MacFarlane himself wanted Vinny to be a ultimate replacement for Brian, but due to all the complaints and stuff, everyone just went crazy. I mean, they just attacked Vinny. They said Vinny sucks, Vinny's shit, Vinny's nothing. He'll never be like Brian. That's what they said. They never gave him a chance. You have to give something a chance. You can't bash on it, even if it just lasted 2, 3 episodes. Let Vinny get a chance to be funny. They didn't even let him be funny. Sure, Vinny could have been funny like here and there, and he does have a few wisecracking jokes, but that's because that people actually, that's because that they hoped that he could be Brian's replacement or temporary replacement. But no, people just wanted to hate on him, and plus, I kind of agree that Vinny was pointless, and why couldn't they just have 2 dogs? Hold on. I mean, why can't they just have 2 dogs? I mean, that makes perfect sense. Have 2 dogs. I mean, not counting Meg as the dog, but still, I just find this just barbaric about how they treated Vinny and not giving him a chance. If he's a new character, let him breathe. I mean, sure that everybody gave the other Family Guy characters chances because that they were there when the show was coming on, even when it was in the pilot. Sweating. 17 minutes, almost 20, my longest video. But besides that, it's just, but still, I think that Vinny could have had a chance. And if they do the whole Brian's death thing every November, people are going to complain and threaten not to watch Family Guy again. Even to me, I'm thinking that had Vinny been on longer, or if Seth MacFarlane decided to change up the characters a bit too much, or try to remove a character here and there, Family Guy would have had low ratings and would have been canceled. And I'm pretty sure it could have had some sort of a crappy petition to bring it back, and then it would end up the same route it was when it was first coming on as the hated show. Now, I hope he doesn't do this. If he killed off Peter, the ratings, the ratings would be so low. It would make the ratings for Ozzy and Drix look high. I'm not kidding. It would make that show's ratings look high. Now, this video has gone on far long enough, and I have to wrap this up. And I'm going to get back on the topic about Sonic's whole reputation. I've never seen a game character so hated, so humiliated by the whole gaming community in my life. Sure that people have, I mean, even the Sonic fans try to say that Mario's fans are whack and they don't even try to come up with original characters because they don't want to go up the Sonic route. It's even been fan-made drawings of, like, Sonic or Mario talking and Mario saying that Sonic's fans are just batshit crazy, but they are. I mean, I know that the picture is a work of fiction, but maybe it could be right. It is right, actually. And I'm not trying to say that it's real or anything because I'm not like a little kid anymore about using my imagination. I'm not a little kid anymore, 15. But still, Sega, you have to just try to find out some way that you can grab the old fans' attention and try to grab the Sonic 06 haters' attention to a new, fresh game. Just try. I hope that I pray to God that Sonic Boom might be the comeback of Sonic. I really hope so because I have never seen a video game character with this much hate in my entire gaming experience. This is criminal. This is criminal to the company. Sega barely even gives a shit about its own mascot. Why wouldn't you give a shit about your own mascot and try to put this so-called effort into him, where you're just basically giving the Sonic haters and the so-called Sonic fans another reason to bash on him in that? Whew. I'm done. I mean, it's just gonna be just one more opinions time video. Then it's gonna be 3 Rant Kid episodes. In the meantime, I'm gonna take a break from this mask because it's getting sweaty. My face is getting sweaty. God. So this is the Rant Kid. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment about what you think about Brian's death and Sonic's reputation. Yada yada yada. Add me on Facebook in the description box below, and I am out of here.